Oh, are we back? Are we there? The Shadow
Yeah.
Dragon decided to shut this place down.
Wow.
All the switches went down.
So
Thanks
so
to our
tough.
tech crew. Thanks for our tech crew for getting that back up for us. I guess Tymora did intervene. So, Stagander, we are at the top of round 4.
Yep.
Quentin is in the clutches of the Shadow Dragon, hiding in the darkness, and is calling upon you to start throwing treasure at it. But you also hear it destroying a particular shield.
Now, when I caught sight of it, it didn't hide again. So do I still know where it is?
Well, I have since gone, and it is, yep, it's going to be re-hiding. Because I will do that as a bonus action.
Crap.
Because it's moved deeper into the darkness. Also, what is the range on your dark vision? Oh, it's ridiculous.
150 feet.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 1, 20, 30, 40. I'm out of even your ridiculous dark vision.
Well, I only moved 20 feet. I can, if I move 25, 30, 35, is that close enough?
Would you like to make a perception check? It's hiding.
I kind of want to shoot in that area and hope.
In that case, you'll be at disadvantage to hit it. But you can shoot where you think it is because it's talking to you, which is kind of ruining the hiding.
I'm also
but it can't help itself.
Can I use my inspiration to negate my disadvantage?
You can.
Okay. That's nat 20.
Ooh.
Alrighty, let's see if I fail this anti-magic check.
God.
This concentration check. This is gonna be a whole lot of damage.
Oh, I don't know.
Guide that arrow.
It's only 4. It's only 4 dice.
Plus 20.
But,
Plus your dex twice.
19. 24. So 44.
Damn.
oh wow.
Bam! Oh, it's mad now. And it's cocked. Oh.
Did I do it?
44 divided by 2 is 22. 16 plus a 5 is a 21. And I have to drop my first legendary resistance to keep the anti-magic up.
Yes, this is helpful. This is helpful. Progress.
And you hear it scream in the darkness. Ow! That's what hurt.
I yell back. Just as I draw my bow back again, and I say, "Okay, Uller, do that again." And I'm going to blind shoot again. So I'm assuming I still have disadvantage, but I'm just gonna kind of like in my brain, Stagander is like, all right, we're gonna aim there again.
The arrow knows the way.
It's better than 1 natural 20, 2 natural 20.
It's true. It's a true statement.
No, this is a 20, so I think that misses.
That misses.
Oh wait, no, but I've got
Favored foe.
Not favored foe. It's the what's it called? It's the other thing. Stalker's Fury. I get to try again.
Oh yeah. She gets to re-roll a miss.
Which makes it a 23.
Yeah.
You hit it again. All right. You're in trouble.
Oh,
You went up on kill priority.
That is 22 points of damage.
Wow.
Damage.
Damage.
All righty.
One.
Wham.
Natural 1.
All right. And that brings us to, anything else?
Did you roll his concentration check?
Oh, yeah. I got to roll my concentration check on this one, too.
I don't think it'll matter.
22 damage? All
Yeah.
right. That one was a much better roll. 29.
Yeah.
So it maintains his concentration.
And the only thing I can do with my bonus action is use Nature's Veil to become invisible.
Hey.
but I'm pretty sure he would be able to see me anyways. So
At a distance? Then?
It would negate his ability to see you with dark vision.
but it's
Blind sight
magic.
would.
It's magically, or I guess.
So I would have to be able to see you with blind sight,
Mm-hmm.
which means I can only see you if you're within 60 feet.
Since I'm standing right in front of him, I'm going to use Nature's Veil. We're going to go ahead and mark one of those guys off. All right. You've convinced me. Nature's Veil. I am invisible.
All right. Are you staying where you are?
Yes, because that was my 35 feet of movement, so I can't do anything else.
Uh-oh. Damn it. And I accidentally closed the notes. But anyway, I'll open that back up. On next turn is Lair action. And I get to do another necrotic eruption. And it's on you, Stigander. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Because he does it underneath the square you're in and doesn't need to make an attack roll.
Even if I'm invisible? Dexterity saving throw, 24.
You make it, and apparently the invisibility is helping because I rolled really badly. That will be a 14, so total of 7 necrotic damage. And that's his lair action. That brings us to Rangrim.
Seeing Delirious making a decision, Rangrim nods and starts running back as he roots around for 5 pounds of oil in his pack.
All
Gonna
right,
get that out.
You can pull that out as they interact with an object as part of your move.
Which is an action, right?
Nope.
No, bonus?
You get to interact with one object as part of your move.
Oh.
You can't do anything. It's kind of interacting with an object. So if you want to light it and throw it, that's an action. But this is how you get through doors in the dungeons. Because at 3rd edition, we had too many people like, I get to the door, but I don't have any way of opening it.
My tiny T-Rex hand.
I can't open the doors. And we're like, you open the door. Let's see, you pull out your oil.
Yep. And that's, and then I move, so that's it.
Well, you have an action left if you want an action.
I doubled.
You dashed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right, my turn.
Probably gonna eat me.
I'm gonna eat one. Sorry.
No,
I don't know.
can't-
If Stigander made him mad enough, maybe he'll forget Quentin.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping is like maybe he'll, I don't know.
Yeah, the
out of
ranger's
sight,
gonna
out of
tank the
mind.
dragon.
All righty. My turn. I totally have him, and I got rid of that stupid shield though. I will interact with an object though.
Oh no.
He picks up that. Actually, I have to do that on my turn. So I'm going to move since you obviously know where I am. I'm going to move up around the corner, dragging Quentin with me.
No.
And that's end of Rangrim's turn. And that brings us to Quentin. Death save, please.
Fail.
All right, strike 2. And that brings us to Delirious.
So Delirious, invoked her goddess, and 12 onlookers, nothing happened, but she froze, as if in realization. She turned her head slightly, and then poof, she disappeared. And went way up there.
Yes. So,
Wait, also as a bonus action, move the dawn a little bit.
all right.
Nice.
And when you move the dawn up there, all of you can see the little cutout of the anti-magic field that's 10 feet around the dragon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Delirus, you appear in another great hall that almost reminds you of like a cathedral's nave, of an old Gothic cathedral, possibly flamboyant Gothic, with the giant pillars that go up on either side, spreading fan vaulting atop, and each one of the great bosses overhead are in the shape, decorated with the shape of a moth. There is another hall passageway out on the far side, which you can see because everything's in dim light, lit by those clear story windows. And over top of you is an enormous moonstone, like 20 feet tall. It's circular and it's glowing. And here, so close, you can see it's actually like set out away from the wall itself, like whoever built this place carved out a niche behind it. And the moonstone is just floating there, shining down on this entire spot, on this entire hallway. And you are so close to it, you can feel the portal, the rip in the weave behind you that is behind the moonstone. And you know that is the power of shadow is thick here. And that is a portal beyond the dark side of the moon that leads to the Shadowfell. You are standing on top of a mountain of treasure. Like, it's about 10 feet tall and kind of slopes down away from the walls towards the south. And it consists of thousands of gold pieces, like possibly between all the denominations, 100,000 coins. Jewels and gems and weapons and everything's just gathered here. And you can see like a massive hammer just sticking out on one side that is made out of pure mithril, festoon and ornamented with gold and emeralds. And you can see the armor of a dwarven thane just laying there on the side. A weird looking robe that looks like it's been stitched entirely out of moth wings. But what attracts you most in all of it is a medallion about that big around that has the symbol of Timora on it, and it shines. And in this place, it's shining gold, and it really attracts your eye like nothing else here. And you know that there's a holy relic, and it's yearning for your touch, calling to you.
I believe we just established that I can interact with an object on my turn.
You did?
Well played.
I pick it up.
It's called the callback.
Okay. You pick it up, and it is a holy symbol to Timora, crafted out of gold and set with gems. And the weird thing is at the very bottom of it, there's a tiny little pendant. And in that tiny little pendant, you think there is a mote of divinity. It will grant you one miracle. A miracle would be the cleric version of wish. Now, I will tell you something else I house rule all the time. Every sentient creature, when you interact with magic at this level, gets 3 wishes in your life, regardless of who casts it. How you find the wish. You are limited by 3 wishes. Beyond that, the 3rd wish, no more wishes work for you. If you use this miracle, this will count as one of your 3 lifetime wishes. Until such time as I'm no longer DM. Offer not valid in Nevada.
Oh, sure. They know what they did.
Or Quebec.
They also know what they
They
did.
also really know what they did.
What are the limits on my wish?
Well, that's the
Um,
question, isn't it?
How well
it
you
is
word
a
it.
reality bending wish as per the spell. This is not going to be the replica. There's two different ways the wishes are phrased in the player's handbook. One is you replicate a lower level spell. This is the limited wish of yesteryear. If you want to bend reality, you get 3 of them. So if you want to wish that the dragon no longer had an anti-magic field.
Oh, that's thinking small. Those are rookie numbers.
Okay. If you wish that the shadow dragon was gone, you could do that.
Oh no, he's fucked with us. I have a much worse fate in mind for him. Can I make my wish now?
I would like one more turn to go because you mentioned Dord over there. I want to see if I can kill somebody first.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, I have plenty of money. I have raised dead, or I can have it. We're good,
I got revivify.
Yeah.
we
We got this handled.
we got you, Quinn. You're not dying today. I mean, you're gonna die,
Not
but
permanently anyway.
we're gonna bring you back.
Plan A was to do a healing word, but that became kind of untenable.
We're all the way down to plan Q at this point.
Yeah,
Save
seriously.
Quentin.
All right.
Plan Quentin. I love you.
On its turn, the dragon flies 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, not noticing that you were behind it or not
Oh,
carrying.
thank God. Oh, that's going to be its last mistake.
And it flies through the dawn
Uh-oh.
and comes out the other side. And then you guys can see that aura of darkness and then passes through the dawn, but you never actually see it because it's still hiding inside of its own shadow. Oh,
Oh, wow. That was a journey.
It's been a second.
Yeah, I think I have to spend my whole turn getting there. Let me do the math, though, huh? All right, 5, 10, 50, 20. Yeah, so 60 only gets me to about there. So I am going to go around the corner and be like, hey, where's Quentin? Where's Delirious? And that's my turn.
It's a long story, man.
Actually, it's kind of a short story, but we still don't have time to tell it.
Oh, you know what? Can I spend I still have movement. I'm just going to duck behind this wall. I don't want to see what's about to happen. Oh, no, I don't know the dragon's there, so
No.
I can't.
Well, if his anti-magic field is 10 feet out, actually there is a tiny sliver cut out
Oh
of the
yeah,
dawn.
there's like a little dip.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of a weird angle.
I'm
for
going to
that
say,
purpose.
since I spent my whole turn barely getting there, I don't really have enough time to take that in, that little detail. I'm just going to sit where I am.
all right. Its turn. It flies forward some more,
Ooh.
and you lose it in the darkness. The little sliver comes out of the dawn, and that's its legendary action.
I definitely see that.
Bahir.
There. Sorry, I couldn't.
I am going to just guess at how far they go. And they scramble forward and they get to there on their turn.
Sounds
All right, my turn. My turn. It's going to interact with an object. It's going to pluck that flying broom out of Quentin
Oh.
and stick it into a little band it has around its arm. Relating your investigation because it knows it flies.
Oh my goodness.
And then it's going to breathe on the square where it thinks the Gander is.
Do you have to like roll percentile dice to see if he gets it right?
I know which square she was in, the same way she knows which squares I was in.
Also, I think I'm within his 60-foot blind sight. So
Yeah.
Yep, he just picked you up
trying.
now.
I'm trying.
I know you're trying. I know you're like picking at straws. Like,
Yeah.
please help us. That's okay. I think I'll be all right.
And the cone goes out necrotic damage and hitting both Sagander and Bope. And it is necrotic shadowy damage rushing over you as it breathes. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
That inspiration would have been pretty good. Oh, so close. I don't think
21.
I think a 19 doesn't quite do it, does it?
Both fail.
Oh.
You will take 91 points of necrotic damage.
Well,
Both-
Oh no.
You have resistance, don't you?
yeah, it's a good thing because that would have been insta death.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many points did you say?
91.
Cool. Stigander drops like a stone.
oh my gosh! Aid almost saved my life, but not quite. Wait. What's half of 91? No,
45.
no. I have 43. Oh, so sad.
Wait, what about your resistance? Oh no, it takes away half
aid,
already.
Yeah.
No.
So close, guys. So close.
So you both drop like stones?
Yeah.
All right. On the next round in initiative, you watch as shadowy spirits of Bope and Stigander rise up out of their corpses.
Excuse?
Wait, Stigander was not insta dead.
I thought you said Stigander was dead.
I got knocked out, but
unconscious.
it
Are you at 0 hit points?
yes.
You're
Yeah.
insta dead.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's fuck.
You have shadowy death. Any humanoid reduced to 0 hit points by this damage dies.
Oh.
And an undead shadow rises from its corpse and acts immediately after the dragon initiative count.
Ugh.
Wow.
So I need the two of you both look towards Rangram. And your spirits start drifting over towards him. Unfortunately, you will have to dash to get there.
Fuck.
And Stigander no longer gets turns. Lair action. It's going to move that shadowiness over there to block them here coming in. Rangram, what would you like to do?
That's Dawn.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
dawn.
did I do the dawn? Where'd my other
And
thing
it
go?
got dispelled
It
by
got
the
dispelled.
dawn.
I'm going to recreate it. There's a shadowy darkness over there by where the here coming in. Rangram, what's up? What would you like to do? Your friends are undead shadows drifting towards you.
Okay. What to do? What is there? He's too far away. I can't get to him. She moved the dawn, so I can't even run that way again. No, I really don't know. I guess it's just run, play, keep away. 15, 20, 29. Do. Try.
That's right. I forgot to hide at the end of my action. Oh, well.
It thinks it doesn't need it.
Too late. Too late.
You are correct. It thinks it's one. I
Um,
get all the treasure now. It's all mine.
how far do you think a strength 20 person could chuck 5 pounds?
What are you chucking?
Some oil.
I would say I would give it a. Oh, let's go look for something equivalent here. Let's go for a what's a javelin? Is that 20 foot?
No, not javelin. Javelin. Shot put. Shot put is what you're thinking.
Yeah, but I'm looking for a range. Hand axes have a range of 20.
But that's trying to hit like a specific spot. This is
Oh yeah, you can actually throw it. Let's go with hand axe, which has a range of 20-60, so you'd be disadvantaged after 20 feet. But the AC to hit a, are you just trying to hit a square?
Well, yeah, that's kind of how you impact it on a thing, and then the oil goes. Psh.
Okay, make me a roll an attack to see if you can armor class 5.
Yeah, I'm not trying to break through his armor. I'm just trying to hit him with it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. At disadvantage, AC 5.
Yeah, I got 8 on the die, so more than that.
Ooh, you put it right where you want it.
So that's 5 hexes worth of oil. So it gives him a pretty good coating.
All right.
It's not
It
lit
does.
yet. It's just
Quentin's
oil.
all oily now.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anything else, Rangram?
That was a movement, an action. That's kind of it.
All right. Quentin, death save, please.
It's a fail. He's dead.
Wow, that's a
But he was not-
5-3-3.
All righty. Delirious, it is now your turn.
I hold the medallion close. I wish the shadow dragon became a sloth in form and thought.
Okay. You do this, and you feel the holy energy burst out. And the dragon instantly transforms down, falls to the ground, a sloth.
And then I de-door back to this. We'll say I come back next. I think that's where I was there. And just to see who I can save, although it looks like there's nobody left to save.
Ingram is here.
Hi.
You
Hi.
do see the shadows of Stigander and Bope are slowly chasing after Rangram.
That's awkward.
I think Quentin can also be saved. I think he's the.
He did not die from damage from the breath, so he does not turn into a shadow.
So he's still at 0?
He is unfortunately failed 3 death saves.
Dead.
So he's dead, just not a shadow.
He's not a shadow, but he is
Here.
dead.
They're all 3 dead.
But if you can
Indeed.
catch him, Revivify would catch him.
Well, I don't have that.
Stigander does if you can pop her up real
Well,
quick.
I have to. I don't have Raised Dead memorized right now. Because I believe someone that gave me the sage advice that, oh, you can just, you just need the whole body, nothing more. So just, sleep on it.
Okay.
So.
All right. The 2 shadows attack you, Rangram, for a 14 and a 10. I assume this miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Rangram, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna run. I will make attacks against each of them.
Do that.
Auto fail my attacks, but I made attacks. Therefore, I then run away into the anti-magic shield that's still there. No, wait, no concentration, so it wouldn't be there. But oh well.
Yep. It goes away. The anti-magic is gone. The Behir at their turn will stick their heads in and realize the dragon is dead. It's gone, yes. And start heading back to their lair.
Well,
Our job is done here.
Oh, yeah, sure. You guys were so helpful.
Yes, dragons, we have killed the dragon. All hail the Behir. Alrighty. What would you like to do, Delirious? There are two shadows drifting after.
Okay, so first order of business is move the dawn there,
Mm-hmm.
so it covers them.
All right.
Actually, hold on. We have to end our turn.
If you want to use the dawn to get rid of the two shadows, we can say that happens.
Okay. That is kind of what I wanted to do.
They're just shadows. They're there for the creep factor.
Okay.
Also,
cool.
the fact that you can't actually raise them until you get rid of those shadows.
Well, job done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about Quentin's broom? Is that still around? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that?
I had
okay.
tucked that into my armband, but I'm now a
Right.
slug, and the broom
Sloth.
clatters the floor. Sloth.
Oh, slug would have been even more demeaning.
Generous DM.
And the broom falls to the ground next to the slug. You said
Sloth.
Sloth.
sloth. The sloth.
Should have said slug. Then can we see the carpet? Is the carpet still in one piece? The Bope was writing? I'm
Yes,
sorry. Okay. All right.
it's
All
just
right,
hovering
Rangrim.
there.
I mean, that's one way of what did you do?
Timora heard my prayer. Now, quickly, before the Beheers get any ideas about what they're going to do in this lair, we're going to grab as much treasure as we can, load up the carpet, and our friends, and then we gotta get back to safety. Maybe, I don't know. Regardless, we got to get to a safe place. I'll rest. I'll res them, and
Perhaps does Word of Recall only work with live bodies?
so I'm willing to do that, but that'll take us all the way out of, and that's several days travel, and I thought we were on
It's
a time.
several days travel to get back anywhere anyways.
5 willing creatures. You and any creature.
Creature. I don't know if a dead body can be a willing creature.
Well, it doesn't mention.
You know, Quentin's got his portable hole there, and there's other extra dimensional stuff. Shouldn't. It's just a.
Oh.
Stash
You know.
bodies
I
in
mean,
there.
Also, if you guys were to take a long rest, she could get raised dead.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the idea, is to get
Yeah.
somewhere safe, do the long rest. I don't want to do it here because the Behir might want to move in, and I don't want to be here when they decide to do that. And I want to take all the treasure that we can carry before they decide it's their treasure.
Oh,
You could do it on the treasure pile, and if they come, then you order recall.
what do we call it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Okay, that works. That
Best of both
works.
worlds.
Because you guys also
Okay.
have the cottage too.
Yeah, just pop the
Otherwise-
cottage down on the mound of treasure.
So the Beheers come with an anti-magic field.
Well, no, I have a plan for that, actually. I'd hold up the sloth and say, I will turn this back into a dragon if you give us any shit. Because how are they going to know that I'm lying?
I love that. I love that so much. I want that to be why the Behir have left. That you held up the sloth and said, if you don't want this to happen to you, and the Behir beat a hasty retreat. Can we
Because it
retcon
is
that? Because that's so
quite
glorious.
undignified, but sure.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, so then I'm okay with this plan. And then that means while I'm resting, you can look at the architecture, which I'm sure is very interesting to you, Rangrim. I found a cool dwarven armor with moths on it, and also
Oh.
a portal to the Shadowfell.
Dwarven. Wait, excuse me?
The portal to the Shadowfell? That part?
You can see the wheels like
Listen,
trying.
there's a lot going
catching-
on. Just take some time to process it. I cannot deal with that right now. I have to rest and raise our friends. We will deal with this in 8 hours. I'm very
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Go rest. I'll keep an eye out.
All right. So we take a long rest while you regain your spells and transfer out to get a raised dead. Do we want to take a quick break at this point?
I think
Yes.
it's a good time.
All righty, let's do it.
just a reminder, we have a giveaway tonight. So type !epic in the chat to enter to win a player's bundle from D&D Beyond. And the raffle for the package will be drawn at the end of the stream when the winner is drawn and announced live. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few short minutes. See you soon.
Come, Winnie. At last. Come, show your face.
When I was born, they said that I would have the rage of 1,000 storms within me.
It's all right. I didn't like that brother very much anyway.
Just cannot get any worse than this, right?
Have you noticed? It never really gets light enough here. Sometimes the shadows are going the wrong way.
There's a loud psst sound as steam rushes from the vat and the door slowly swings open. This vile ooze just pouring out as you can see this elongated human figure slowly extend and reach out. His motionless eyes just now fixated on the group.
Okay, what the hell?
I'm done with this place. I need to go home.
I can't go home, but I also I don't want to stay here. I want to stay here. I don't 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 want to stay here.
Episode.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you had a good break. We're all rested up, and believe Delirious has been spending 8 hours as we have defeated the Shadow Dragon with divine intervention paying off. A mysterious relic has found its way into the hands of Delirious, our High Lady Luckbringer. And she used it to great effect to transform the dreaded Shadow Dragon into a sloth, I believe we agreed on. Not the slug, like I kept saying. Okay. In thought, in form and function, was that the phrase?
Form and thought.
Form and thought. So now you have a very malicious sloth roaming around the cave.
Very slowly.
Very slowly. And however, you also have you've managed to slay the shadowy remnants of your two friends, who died to the breath of the Shadow Dragon. And also Quentin, who finally passed out, who finally failed all the death save and ran out of time before you were able to rescue him, leaving just Delirious and Rangram alive, deep, deep, deep beneath the earth. The Bahir looked in, and you held up the sloth and said, get out of here unless you want the same thing to happen to you. And the two of them beat a hasty retreat, leaving you alone in the Shadow Dragon's lair, which has a number of interesting things in it. You have not explored the left room, the first chamber, terribly well, because that's where the Shadow Dragon attacked you. But the other chamber has this glowing moonstone that's like 20 feet tall, that behind it has a portal, a gate to the Shadowfell. But underneath of it is a mound of dragon treasure, and it's a giant mound. So, Rangram, Delirious, what would you like to do?
I think our first goal is to try to save our friends and bring them back, having to give Delirious the time she needs to rest so that she can gain that miracle, not miracle in the word miracle, but I'm viewing it as a miracle because they're bringing somebody back from life, to allow her to gain that from her deity. So we're going to load the bodies onto the carpet.
Very respectfully.
Yep. Carrying them like children onto the carpet, and then marching it up to the northern part where the dragon horde is.
All right. As I said, Delirious earlier, it's a mound of dragon treasure. There must be 100,000 coins here, piled up. You have to carefully walk your way up, or you slide back down on this epic treasure that you've discovered.
The portal to the Shadowfell, is it where is it? Like
if you look at the map,
yep.
It is about the size. It's about 40 feet up. Think of it like a rose window at the end of a nave of a Gothic church. So it's about 40 feet up. It is 20 feet tall itself, and then there's the last 20 feet of ceiling above that. The only way to get to it is to be able to fly. And beneath it, there's all sorts of beautiful tracery. This one has, you think there might be some stairs underneath of this, possibly, or it slopes up ever so slightly. It's hard to tell underneath all the mound of coins. And again, it has all those Gothic style arches around the bottom that have little bays that sink in about 10 feet into the wall. And above them is the arcade that has more of those little hollows in. And there is, on the right side, you see what appears to be some sort of almost stage, like a raised platform that could be used for performances or oratory or something. Whatever creature built this place, you do notice is, even though it's soaring, you don't think you think they're about gnome sized.
So probably a bipedal, small sized. Interesting. But with such high ceilings, 80-foot ceilings, you said?
Yes.
Could
And the
it be
last
ancient- Could it be ancient Snurf Neblin?
maybe. Although you haven't seen any evidence of gnome culture or the crystals that the gnomes love, particularly the
that's true.
Snurfniblin. They love gems and crystals. There's almost none of that here. It's like they've fluted out the stones.
But so since Delirious does need her 8 hours to to help our friends return, that'll give plenty of time for Rengrim to explore the architecture and what there is. You shall not travel too far. I don't think I would leave the room that we're in, but whatever is in this main room from all the way to the north down to that southern point.
Okay.
8 hours is a long time.
It is. What are you using to rest yourself? Are you going to set up the cottage or something else?
I think a cottage.
Oh, for her, yeah.
There are two ways out. There's the passageway back towards the west, or which is the entrance chamber, or the open passage heading south. And you notice that the southern end of the path heading south has another one of those hugely decorative arches that has that same writing on it that seems to be based vaguely on Draconic, but it's not using this. It's kind of like the way Spanish and English, you both use Latin Roman lettering,
right?
But are completely different languages. So it's using the Draconic alphabet. So cottage or something else?
She's setting up the cottage.
Yeah.
I believe the password is Krizik. And soon there's this pretty little cottage in the middle of this giant hall that kind of dwarfs it. And we're in your 8 hours.
And I know that my spare the dying cantrip is not going to save any of my friends, but maybe it'll keep them from rotting away. I don't know. That would be nice. I just don't want them to be all smelly and slimy tomorrow when I gotta lay hands on them.
Gentle repose is the spell you're looking for.
Well, I don't have that one, but I'm gonna do spare the dying. I'm gonna try just in case.
They're not gonna start rotting that quickly unless you're really close to a portal to the Shadowfell. Then all bets are off.
What about them being inside the portable hole?
Ooh. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to tuck them inside the portable hole?
I mean, it's like a vacuum in there, right?
I believe it traps air, the amount of air that's in it, because I believe it gives you a certain amount of time that you can breathe before you suffocate. So it's
they're probably safer in there anyway. Like if we got to get up and move in a hurry.
This is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. They're in the portable hole, and this will not trigger with the house unless the house is in miniature form.
Got it.
Took Bope's bag of holding off of his body.
Bope's bag of holding, anything off Quentin? Yeah.
Yes. I will make sure. I assume you'll take the
quiver from
Thank you.
Mr. Gander.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait.
How many dimensional doodads do we have in this party?
Everyone but the two of us.
All right. In my defense, mine only holds small amounts of things.
Mine defense.
It's
Mine
not-
only holds zombies.
Yeah, both puts
necromancer.
both can put people in his. Mine only does like, javelins and arrows.
So yes, bodies in interdimensional space, other interdimensional items out in the thing. We're not gonna, or at least Rangrim's not gonna take the time to load the treasure because the treasure is not as important to him.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that now.
He's more interested in
the history.
Since you have some time in this place, inside your cottage, Delirious, while you're in there, you discover that one of the wooden chests actually has some treasure inside of it. This is inside your cottage.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Remember how Bope had identified it and found that you could be used as a bag of holding? Apparently, you actually put them in the chests inside the one of the bedrooms, and it can hold stuff for you. And you open it up and you find some small coffer of coins, and some spell scrolls, and a plain larchwood wand.
Cool. I'll worry about that after I sleep and raise the dead.
And 2 silvered flasks with potions inside of it.
Cool. None of the scrolls are like cleric scrolls of like raise dead, are they?
You look at them; they're all magic user scrolls. Unfortunately,
I'm a magic user.
Oh, it's very wizard spells.
There you go. Filthy heathen arcane magic. Okay.
No, sorry, that's druid.
Okay. They're all, because of who you got this from. Actually, no, you got it from a cleric, didn't you? Do I want to change that real quick? Nope, it's written this way. We're going with it.
Okay.
Dang.
So 8 hours pass. Apparently, everything's too afraid of the dragon to come here.
With good reason.
Rangrim, you're going to be looking about?
Yep.
Rangrim is wandering about, and you're staying in the right-hand cavern, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to go too far from Delirious right now.
Thanks.
As you wander around, you notice how I said one of those is like a raised platform that's almost like a stage.
Yeah.
The back end of it, the back side against the eastern wall,
Mm-hmm.
there is a one of the pillars is pulsing with magical energy. And you only noticed this because you were investigating the area, paying very close attention to it, because you would need to detect magic otherwise to find it. But you actually can see that one of the pillars actually has magical energy flowing up and down it.
Does it feel like any? I mean, cool. I will note it, but there's not a lot I can do with it. I'm assuming there's more of that language scrawl.
Oh, it's all over the place, this language scrawl. It looks like each of the bays would appear to be there's lots of mosaics at the back of it, with little chips of colored stone that have been set into the mud to form beautiful images, and it seems to be representatives of different stories.
Okay. Do any of those stories match with any stories that I may know?
Yes.
Oh.
You see some dwarven stories on there.
Some, but not all.
Mm-hmm. Not all.
Okay.
You see some halfling tales, some human tales.
So interesting. So perhaps a proto-culture from before creatures split, or maybe
I feel like
you're
much
asleep.
older. Oh yeah.
Talking to myself. Huh. Interesting. Do any of the stories have a common origin? Like you said, we're seeing several dwarven stories. Are they all from a certain sect of the dwarves, or just a shared history?
No, they don't have a shared history, but they do seem to have a common motif. There are a lot of tragedies in these stories, or bittersweet endings is also very popular. Like, you're not seeing any comedies down here, or happy endings. The stories all seem to have a grim, melancholy feel to them.
Upon that realization, Rangrim's gonna stare at the portal to the Shadowfell for a little bit and wonder if there's a connection between the not darkness per se, but the tragedy and that. If there's, because it's that portal's there purposefully, because it, like you said, it's set right. It's set in the structure, so this was built for it for some reason.
As you're sitting there staring at that giant moonstone, you see a little hand reaching around the edge of the moonstone, so tiny compared to the giant 20-foot radius moon that's just shining down on you. A little tiny hand.
No.
And you look as you see like what looks to be a long feather sticks out around the side of it and just kind of waving back and forth. So all you can see is a hand and that feather.
From the moon. So the moonstone's separate from the portal, though, right?
The portal is behind the moon. You have to go around behind the moon to get to the portal. And you see a little clawed hand reaching around the side of the moon on the side that has the portal.
So it's like it's coming from the portal?
Mm-hmm. And you watch as a little head sticks its out, and you can see the feather is actually a giant antenna that has got feathery things on the side of it, and this small creature has like bushy hair that kind of all like comes out and flows back, and has giant cat eyes that reflect in the dark. And it seems to be looking around really cautiously.
I will start making my way back towards there.
Another hand comes around, and you see a second one of these little creatures peeking out from around the moon. This one looks about the same, but the coloration is different. So same reflective cat-like eyes, kind of like you shine a light on a cat at night, and they're shining like that. And the first one is sliding out, and you can see it's got
faster.
two giant, it has like moth wings behind it. As it slides out, it has not seen you yet.
So as I'm dashing, because you said that the stairs to that were behind the like.
There are no stairs up to it. It's a 40-foot leap up, and then it's kind of like on a alcove with the moon at the edge, and then the alcove behind it has the portal to the rift to the Shadowfell, and they've come as if through that rift behind the moonstone and are peeking out around at what's below.
Cool. Is there any type of what is directly beneath that alcove on the wall?
The treasure. On the wall, more of the tracery and a lot of the Gothic style decorations.
I meant like, so like the treasure is like mounted up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So does that
have a big ski slope of wealth?
So does that cut the distance, or is it still?
Oh yeah, it would cut it from what I say, 40 feet. It's like 10 feet tall, so 30 feet.
How secure is this treasure mount?
Not at all. You've already ski sloped down it a couple times.
Yeah, but if you put something heavy enough on it, then it keeps.
Are you going to Derns me?
What?
Are you going to Derns Instant Fortress?
What?
I'm here to. That's what I was hearing.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm hearing too. I'm just.
Don't have to. The first one is kind of sliding out around the moon and is like looking around cautiously and blinks as it looks in your direction.
I am prepared to go up there, but I will wait to see how sideways this goes first.
The second one is still sitting there kind of fearfully peeking out, looking around the moonstone. And the first one takes flight. The big moth wings spread out, and you realize that the moth wings are almost exactly the way they appear in all the statuary and all the architecture. And it kind of just drifts down, kind of the way Kira the Gelfling did in Dark Crystal.
Yep.
It's only about as big as Bope.
I'm gonna assume that I will make the assumption, at least in my mind, that the dragon was keeping them away, and now the dragon's not here, they're coming back. Oh yeah. Do have the broom. Yeah, I'll make my way and grab the broom from the house if I need it.
Sure.
And head back. What are they? Are they flying anywhere in particular? Or are they just looking around? Like they searching for the dragon?
They seem to be looking for the dragon.
Yeah.
They are looking around quite fearfully. The one that has landed is now at the top of the treasure pile and has seen the cottage.
What's so all right.
And its little antennas are like feathering back and forth.
Yeah.
Curiosity seems to overwhelm it as it jumps up and kind of glides towards the house. It kind of does this weird undulation movement as it flies.
I mean, if it's still not going too aggressively, I'm.
As it's getting closer, you notice its skin is glowing.
Really have any?
Like, it's dressed in are you familiar with ElfQuest?
It sounds familiar.
The comic by I believe Wendy Peeney.
Okay. Yeah.
Imagine he's got like a deep V. The creature seems to be male, has a deep V vest on that goes like almost down to his navel.
Right.
And his skin is like iridescent blue and glowing.
It's that old school 80s aesthetic.
Yeah, they're both dressed in old school 80s aesthetic with the bushy hair. And the other one has like fairly sizable shoulder pads with a halter top. Also that same iridescent blue skin that's kind of glowy. And when it lands, you notice they don't land all their feet. They're like walking on their tiptoes.
Well, sure wish Quentin was here, but well, there goes nothing. open hand, make a gesture of greetings. I try to say greetings in Dwarvish, but given the markings on the wall, I doubt it's gonna go through.
Bradnikina.
That's what I thought.
Kronikai.
Does this even sound like when I've heard Quentin talk Draconic?
Vaguely, not really. Parika. Ustuki.
If I'm hearing like questioning endings of sentences, I'm just gonna shake head.
It almost sounds like it's going through different languages it knows.
Oh,
And
I
seeing
will
if you respond.
I'll try my other ones as well. Giant, primordial, common, dwarvish.
Primordial,
common.
huh?
Yep.
It blinks in surprise. Would you speak primordial?
Do you understand this?
A bit.
Ah. My apologies, I don't know anything that perhaps you know.
It long has been language spoken. Friend? Foe?
Enemy of dragon?
You?
Yes.
Us?
So friend.
Friend. So antennas are wobbling at you.
Is this
Devar.
Rangrim?
Devar. Rangrim. Rangrim? He points to you.
Yes.
Rangrim. Devar.
Devar. The tier.
He points up to the other one and he goes, he says, Hlina. Hlina. Hlina.
So, Devar or Tavar? Was that a D or a T?
Devar.
Devar.
You think he's saying it as one syllable, so it's DVAR.
Yeah.
Devar.
With a weird sound.
Dragon. Dragon dead? You kill dragon?
In a matter of perspective, yes. Dragon is no longer.
Dragon gone.
Dragon gone.
Home free. Home free.
If what is home?
Dombra Melira. Home. Dombra Melira. Home.
This area has, well, there's still 2 Bahirs outside, but
you lost him.
They hate dragons too. You probably get along.
No hate. Remember.
Is that are you like watchers?
Watch. Listen. Learn. Tell. Gloaming. Gloaming. Dwarf. Gloaming. Devar. Gloaming.
Dwarf.
Rangrim, dwarf.
Yes.
Devar, gloaming.
Gloam. Okay. I'm assuming that I have absolutely no historical knowledge of this. Or can I
No.
make
No. You've not heard of a gloaming before. You stay?
How long have you been gone?
Three generations.
Whose generations?
Gloaming.
How long is a generation?
One life.
How have you met dwarfs?
Yes.
How many dwarf lives?
Part.
Okay. So not that long. Interesting. I'm a student of history, and I've not heard of you before.
We not from here. It points up to the moon.
From the Shadowfell.
Yes. Shadow.
But this or what is it? Temple?
Colony.
Colony. It's only, but still, you lived here, and I've never. It's very nice to meet you, I think, or at least it is an honor to meet you.
And it bows low to you as well. I tell others.
Take your time. We'll be gone, so we don't want to interrupt your return.
Good fortune, Rangrim dwarf friend.
Be well.
And it just kicks itself up in the air and flutters back towards the moon. And you can see just kind of behind the moon.
How long's it been at this point?
Would you like to be 8 hours? Ding!
Well,
Michelle's alarm clock goes off.
Meh, what? Meh.
that timing, though. So both of them left, or just the one?
Both of them.
Okay.
The other one never came out from around the moon, was looking at you suspiciously the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think we want to be here very long. They seem okay, but you never know. Could be like those little guys on, Galaxy Quest.
Minus, not minus. I don't follow. Yeah, we probably don't want to overstay our welcome. Although we can definitely give him a guilt trip about getting rid of that dragon for them.
I don't know. Maybe Quentin will be able to converse with them better. It was more difficult in that language.
Speaking of which,
it's hard on the throat too.
Would you like to do some raised dead now?
I would, yes.
Who's first up?
Quentin.
All right, you pull Quentin's body out of the portable hole. It's fairly well preserved after being in there for 8 hours. No bugs. No vultures.
Excellent.
No rock grubs.
Oh, rock grubs.
All right, you casting the spell, dropping the 500 gold piece diamond.
Yep, I've already deducted it.
All righty. Quentin! Delirious casts the spell, and it's a lot further than Revivify. You're having to reach through many planes to the court of Kellamvor.
Didn't go according to plan, I take it.
So few things do.
You feel the thread that could pull you back if you just took hold of the thread, Quentin. Otherwise, you're sitting in here waiting. You have a little number in your hand, waiting for you to be called.
I take it. There's treasure to be counted.
You grab the thread and you feel and suddenly you blink, and you're inside the cottage or outside the cottage.
Let's do this outside the cottage.
You find yourself in the moon-draped cavern of the Shadow Dragon's lair.
Did we have to give up any treasure to win?
No, we did not.
Wow, your shield didn't make it,
Oh,
unfortunately.
well, yeah, there's that.
He kind of ripped it apart.
Maybe I can mend the pieces together. Did anyone else fall?
Yes.
Eyes go down to the ground.
Other two bodies waiting.
All right, I'm going to start reattunement and then start up on this treasure. Thank you.
All right.
Don't be too long. We might have visitors.
Understood.
Sad thing is,
we may
raised
have
dead
to.
takes an hour.
It does. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for 3 hours at least.
Okay.
He has time to do something.
That's fine then.
All right.
All right. So, Rangram and Quentin, while she is concentrating, Lyris is concentrating on the next raised dead. Is there anything you want to do? You said you wanted to reattune.
If he's focused on that, then I'll let him be.
Yes, but I can talk while reattuning, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, I'll get the lowdown from you on the situation as it stands, and just to kind of gaze up and start counting the treasure in my mind. Like, how are we going to deal with this? You find anything good yet?
I mean, outside of this uncarryable amount of gold that's here, I have not really gone looking. I was more interested in this place. You'll excuse me if I left that sort of stuff more to you, as that is your specialty rather than mine.
And hey, don't forget the be here outside, the two dead adventurers. They may still have treasure they owe us.
Yeah, I suppose there's that too. Also, that is a portal to the Shadowfell.
That makes sense. I try and reform the rapier again, my hex blade. Does it feels right, feels strong.
Whoa.
Does it still feel like supercharged compared to normal?
Although the dread of this place is starting to fade with the death of the dragon. It will be gone in a few days.
So
Did we have visitors? Were they hostile?
Yeah, they weren't hostile yet, but I think they were the original inhabitants of this space. They were. I had to talk to them in Primordial, though I have a feeling Draconic probably might be able to get through to them based on the languages that you noticed on the wall. But
I'll reattune to my Helm of Telepathy just in case.
That is a second hour for the attunement?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after you get the hex, the first one is your hex blade?
No, that I'm just using the standard thing. So I guess the first hour would be the Amulet of Health, and then the Helm of Telepathy.
All right. What would you like to do, Rangram, while he reattunes?
I'm assuming for the second attunement, there's somebody else getting up.
That is correct. At the end, so you have 2 hours that you can do things if you want to start searching through treasure or other things.
With people starting to get up, I'm going to expand my search out back into the first room.
All right. The room is dusty and unoccupied. Now that the Shadow Dragon is here, the gloom is starting to lift, but there's still those blue and purple flames, which you think preceded the Shadow Dragon and are not dependent upon the Shadow Dragon at all. Perhaps a creation of those gloamings that you just met. Perhaps. There is a body of water to the southern shore, on the southern part of the cave. Looks like a pool. There is water cascading down the wall.
Okay.
Seems to comes out of a crack at the top and is flowing down to feed into the pool. And the pool itself has another crack below. And you can see albino blind fish kind of swimming around in it.
Okay. I'm assuming that that's not part of the original architecture.
What, the water?
Yeah.
No, it seems to be.
It was
the cavern. Actually, looking at it with your dwarven eye and knowledge these things, this is the natural part of the cavern that was here before everything else was sculpted out around it.
Ah. Okay.
In fact, they've kind of got little steps going down into it.
So we've got all this architecture. We've got all these magical things like the fire and the magical pulsing back on the stage. But there's no other signs of habitation of anything like pots or baskets or...
Possibly in the dust. Shadowfell might have taken its toll. Or the Shadow Dragon presence might have taken its toll. Maybe it's all buried back there in that big pile of treasure of coins.
Collected every little item. After that, I'll go back over to that area where we heard him ripping the shield apart and pick up the pieces for Quentin.
Oh, it's threw them all over the place.
I've got time.
There. Okay. Who's third? Sorry, who's second there, Delirious? We have a Quentin up. Who's the second? Is it Bope or Stegander?
Yeah, sorry. That would be Stegander.
All right, Stegander.
Ooh.
By the time you get to you have received a chit with the symbol of Shandakul on it in the court of Kelmvor.
Okay.
And you're being directed by one of the mysterious courtiers of this place to lead you to the path that will take you to Shandakul's realm. And then you see a thread appear in front of you, vibrant with life in this gray, gray, gray place.
Oh, this seems to have 1 second. I grab the thread.
And you find yourself staring up at the ceiling in the cavern of the Shadow Dragon.
Whew. Well, it's nice to be back. I'm assuming we won.
Yes.
Since you're alive. Oh, thank you. And I'm going to actually hug Delirious. I'm so thankful to be alive.
I'm happy you're happy. That's nice. I hate it when I bring people back and they're like, man, why didn't you let me sleep?
You say that, but you haven't res Bope yet.
Yeah, maybe I'm fortifying myself.
Oof. Yeah, I'm gonna go off in a corner because I think I res with 1 hit point.
I can take care of that if you like.
That's Revivify, isn't it?
No,
raise dead also. You come back with 1.
Yeah,
Resurrection and brings you back full.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It might be
24.
There might be a diamond worth 25,000 gold in this hoard.
Now, skedaddle. I gotta work on Bope.
She's gonna give you a yes, ma'am, and go be in a quiet place for a little while.
Mind the portal to Shadowfell.
I was just gonna go take a nap.
I'm just saying, don't like fall in.
The third hour will pass when Delirious casts her spell.
Yep. So here's Bope.
All right. So, what would the three of you want to do? Well, she casts the Raise Dead on Bope. You want to attune another thing?
I think it's time to start plucking treasure.
Okay.
I will return with the shield pieces.
Thank you.
It's going to have to be fixed.
Yes, but thank you. It's the thought that counts. And who knows, there might be something better in the Horde. But we've got to make sure we get out of here with it.
The Horde does seem to have all of the mundane items of whoever lived here heaped underneath of it. It's kind of to pad it out so it would look bigger than it actually was. But it is still enormous. It is about 100,000 coins of various denominations. As well as gems and jewelry worth thousands of gold pieces, and it's going to take hours to count it all, possibly days to go through it, or unless you have minions do it for you.
Like skeletons.
You see skeletons, yeah. You also have find several items of, if you spend an hour scouring through it, you can find several items of particular interest to you.
I think that is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I'll help out with that.
The first one you find is an amulet that has a sun on it, but does not seem to be Amontor or Lathander. It just seems to be a generic sun. And it feels magical to you in some way. You also find 3 spell scrolls. A rope that is very finely made out of spider silk. That robe that is made out of moth wings. A fine pair of gloves. And a warhammer with a mithril head with a hickory haft set with gold and emeralds.
It's a fancy one.
Ooh, it's super fancy. A rectangular shield of dwarven design. So it kind of has a little bit of a curve to it. It is also made of oak that is bound in gold that feels as tough as steel, with a large boss on the front side of it where you hold on to it that has a gleaming anvil on top of it impressed into it. You can tell it has the anvil with like a bing little sparkle added to it.
Is it a crest or?
It is a crest. It's extra. Ding! Like a smile. It is a crest. You want to make me a history check?
Sure, we can do that.
Did you mention something about dwarven plate earlier as well?
I did. That is the last item. Is a set of plate armor that is of obvious dwarven design and is resplendent in its beauty and craftsmanship.
22 on the history.
You think this is the gleaming anvil that is the symbol of the clan True Anvil, which is one of the noble clans of Deep Shanatar.
Interesting.
And that plate is so well designed, so richly decorated that you'd swear that was a Thane's armor, Rangram.
Like, the political position thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's one of the boss dwarves wore that.
Yeah.
Because
So-
it is just incredibly well created. Everything about it is just mwah.
I'm assuming that we're setting these off to the side while we pack gold in holes.
Yep. It's like by
Sure.
the handful.
And there's also that relic found by Delirious here earlier, which you might or might not know about, but I would like Delirious to note that down on her page, on her notes, that she has that.
No, I have it.
There are gems and jewelry of so many of them, and so much value. I'm not going to bother listing them separately, but there are thousands upon thousands of gold pieces worth of these things. The gold.
Are there any? What was it that I was looking for? I am able to. No, that's for artwork. But are there any flawless gems?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for some flawless gems, aren't I?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'll have to go through and see which ones you need, but you're going to find several in here. I just wrote down gems and jewelry worth ridiculous amount of money, which I have listed.
Blue sapphire, emerald, fire opal, and star ruby.
You'll find 2 of them in this pile.
Okay.
So you have an hour if you wish to investigate anything. Yes, Quentin.
When it comes to like ensuring we get the top value for all this stuff, if it comes down to it, leave the copper behind, take copper out of the portable hole and stick to the gems and platinum coins, all the smart choices.
Okay. What would you like to do with your hour? Do you want to identify one item, or do you want to spend it sorting through gems and platinum?
I don't think any of us can identify other than Bope.
If you spend a short rest, you get a benefit of identify.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Identify does it like that. Speaking of which, to move this along, Bope.
Yes.
You are also in the halls of Kellenvor.
And I think when I wake up in the halls of Kellenvor, I'm in a curled position. And as I slowly stand up, I lift up Mr. Peppers and just give him a little scritch and just say, I'm sorry, friend. You've come a long way with me, but I couldn't protect you this time.
It sniffs, it wiggles its nose at you.
I think it's time for you to be with your real master, with Penny. Will you go find her for me?
How intelligent is Mr. Peppers? Is it just a normal rabbit?
It's a normal rabbit. But I am a forest gnome, so he understands me. There's a thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It nods.
Yeah. I crouch down, which again is not that low, and just lay him down and give him another scritch and just say, tell her I'm almost done here and I'll be with her soon. But I don't think you're going to want to see what comes next. So I'm glad you won't be here to see it. But tell her I'm going to make it right. And take the string if it is offered.
It is.
And
the last thing you see is he waves a little paw up.
Oh,
I leave it.
Away you go.
I think as I gasp, Penelope! Oh, Delirious. Thank you. Oh, thank you again.
I didn't know if you would take the thread.
I'm not not quite ready for these old bones to rest, but
You let me know when you are.
you'll know.
And you're all back here in the Shadow Dragon's lair. You will need to reattune all your items, though, Bo.
Cool.
Now you can see up there, Quentin is organizing the, going through all the treasure. Seems to be picking out all the platinum and gems and pushing them to the side.
I lie back down after giving Delirious' knee a hug, and just stare up at the dark ceiling as I reattune to my first to the Atlas of Endless Horizons in case we need to teleport out of here.
As you're doing that, a winged figure comes out from behind the moon. This time, much faster than before. It once again picks up, looks around, and sees it's you, and gleefully comes out.
Which one is it, Devar or Lena?
This is Devar. What is this? Is this the Helm of Telepathy?
It
You
is.
want surface thought?
Yes. Or actually,
Your surface thought is hello.
can you understand the words that are coming out of my mind?
Are you telepathy? Is this?
Yes.
Are you,
Yes. Well, bonus action, I believe.
I was asking is, do your thoughts come in common or
I don't think it has a language. It's actually like the.
he stops and looks at you and skitters away.
What did you do?
I tried to communicate telepathically with it.
Why?
Why not?
Because I can talk to it.
Okay, go for it.
Well, it's gone now.
I'm sure it'll be back.
It was taken by surprise and flutters back to the moon.
Devar, I apologize for the rudeness.
It slowly comes out from back around the moon. And you see it looking at someone and hear it whispers. It's half of this conversation seems to be through its antenna. They're waving frantically, and you can see another moth back there as well.
Maybe they're sensitive to telepathic communication.
Then he comes back out.
You've returned pretty quick.
I had to tell others. It says to you in Primordial. Anyone else here speak Primordial?
Not I. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi.
And you can see that that second moth is peeking out from around the moon, and there's like 3 more.
So far,
Everyone is excited. Dragon dead.
Yep. Are you okay that we're here? Is this okay?
You staying?
Not for very long.
Your surface thought you're getting this confusion, by the way, Quentin. Curiosity might be a better one. That might be a better word for what they're doing.
We still have much to do. This was just one task before us.
Uh-huh.
Was to clear out the dragon. Success.
Wasn't there something to do with a place of power as well?
I don't know. Is there?
Might
There
be
was.
the portal itself.
No,
And
it's
that
the
could
Gander's
be-
there. Now that people with actual magical things I'm gonna point out the power conduit over on the stage thing.
Oh,
Be that.
okay.
Careful.
What? Oh, I can't understand it.
What is?
Oh, it said that in common.
Hmm?
It
Right,
said
you
that in
speak
common.
God damn. Did you learn common, or have you always known common?
Learn.
No. That was quick.
More you speak, more I learn.
Makes sense.
Interesting.
You're all a group of watchers, observers, being able to quickly pick up on languages makes sense.
Remember.
Like the chroniclers? Sorry.
They called themselves Gloaming.
Gloaming?
Gloaming.
I heard Gloaming. Shh.
He okay.
Gloaming.
Yeah, see?
Gloaming.
Gloaming?
Devar.
Stigander.
Platinum.
I was like, imagine Stigander's probably like sitting cross-legged on the floor, so she just kind of like gives a bow from like her sitting position awkwardly.
Ah. Dragon. Brought. He points to your platinum.
Platinum good, copper bad. Point to another coin.
What does the pillar do?
Better question.
Magic.
Bad the magic or good magic?
I don't think magic is good or bad inherently.
No, not inherently, but I
Ley
guess.
line.
All right, ley line, like a conduit, something that draws magic to itself.
You're talking other languages. I don't understand any of that, but hopefully you do.
A ley line is often where magical forces come closely together. Sometimes ley lines are where planes of existence get very, very close together. Normally they're much farther apart, but ley lines, the planes become closer. It is easier to get from one plane of existence to another.
Hence a stable portal.
Hence is a stable portal.
Flux point. Points
Flux.
to the conduit.
Both slowly creaks up. He says, "Oh, didn't the Snurf Neblin talk about flux points that we could use to?"
Not to us, Bob, you're alive. I'm gonna give
Oh.
Bob a hug.
Oh,
I
it's
thought
good
we
to
were
see
dead.
you. Oh, I definitely was. Oh.
Quentin, you find 8,500 platinum.
Oh,
So that
man.
means that we can build a temple and pay our taxes, right?
Yes.
God, I hope so. I mean, the only thing certain in this world is dragons and taxes.
I understood that reference.
As you're sitting there you notice more of these moth creatures are coming out, kind of fluttering around, and they're starting to land onto the arcades above you. There's now about 8.
Rangram, can you ask them how many were in their colony and how many are coming back?
They speak common now.
I feel more comfortable going through you, though. They like you.
Imagine he's saying that while counting coins.
Oh, constantly.
He's got a lot of coins to count.
Yeah.
So, Tavar, what will you do once you've returned?
We will rebuild our colony. I am better with common than I am with primordial.
Say, you don't eat like brains or feast on children, do you? I mean, you seem like a good person, but I mean, assumptions, you know?
You can never tell with people.
What is your favorite? What is your primary sustenance? I think is what he's asking.
It's not gnomes, is it?
No. Spores.
Oh,
Pollen. And he points down the path
that
Like
to the south of you
moths.
that makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
to the marsh.
Marsh? There's a marsh down here?
Yes.
Huh.
Ooh,
And we
interesting.
remember.
What do you remember?
Everything.
So,
Do you
like your people chronicle time essentially. You are the people that kind of keep historical record.
No.
Okay,
Stories.
well that's kind of in
We-
line of what I was saying.
how
Memories.
how do you share the stories between you, everyone?
It takes you by your hand and starts pulling you towards one of the bays.
Oh.
Is Rangram getting married?
No, but I think I'm about to have my brain invaded by information.
I'd like to follow in curiosity because Stigander is fascinated.
You guys
It
good?
po-
Clink, clink, clink.
I thumbs up.
You're pretty sure that there's about where did I put it? 42,000 gold pieces in gems and jewelry.
Oh my god.
2 of them are flawless gems worth 10,000 gold pieces each off of Rangram's list.
Oh.
What I'm picturing.
The original thing you sent me only said 1,000 gold pieces each.
Oh, okay.
You find 10.
Yeah, you find
1,000 gold.
Super flawless.
it's super flawless.
I'm going to have to paint up some Quentin vests that have just tons of pockets and stuff so we can carry all this stuff out.
Well, that's what bags of holding were for.
There's more than
There's
Yeah,
more.
that.
bags
Oh.
of holding can only hold a certain amount.
Oh, I see.
What? How much can the cottage hold?
1,000 pounds.
Which is 100 coins per pound, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something.
So if you want the full number, it is 32,000 copper pieces, 33,500 silver pieces, 41,000 electrum pieces. I'll send all this to you guys in the notes so you don't have to write it down. 35,000 gold pieces,
Obscene amounts, yes.
8,500 platinum, and jewelry worth 42.
42. It's 42 gold.
42,000 gold pieces. And then you find the magic items I listed earlier if you want to investigate and start dropping identifies.
I probably
Yeah.
would have spent the hour that Bope was being raised to identify something just to be helpful.
All right. There are scrolls. There's that robe that looks like moth wings, gloves, the warhammer, the shield, and the dwarven plate.
I'll just start with the robes.
The robes
Moth
is
robes.
a robe of eyes, but instead of having eyeballs over it, it's moth wings, and the eyes are the designs at the tips of the moth wings.
Those kinds of moths, they're so pretty.
Yeah, moths are really cool.
They're
This one will give you advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight, dark vision out 120 feet. You can see invisible creatures and objects as well as into the ethereal plane. But if a light spell or a daylight spell comes within 5 feet of you, you're blinded for a minute.
Oh,
So perfect for a drow.
So you can make a Constitution saving throw to kick out.
fun.
It does require attunement.
Cool beans. Which we'll drop that in the chat later.
The rest of it we'll go through real quick because we're coming to the end of our time together. The gloves are gloves of missile snaring. The rope is a rope of climbing.
Ooh.
Your 3 spell scrolls are magic missile cast at 9th level, Autoluke's freezing sphere, and anti-magic shell.
What about the scrolls from inside the cottage?
Oh, you're gonna make me look that one up too, huh? Okay.
You're the
Mirror image, web, dispel magic, and global invulnerability.
What was the wand?
Oh, I just had that one up. That is a wand of winter. And there are 2 strange potions which we will have to get to another time. They smell terribly of fish when uncorked.
Water breathing, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say water, I think maybe.
But those you're not able to identify with a short rest. You're going to have to use spells and research on because they're so strange. They also have in that thing you find a whole bunch of gold and electrum and platinum, which we'll get to another one. The Warhammer is a dwarven thrower.
Wow.
The shield is a +1 shield, +3 against ranged attacks.
Wow.
And whenever you look at it, there's notation written on the back of it, written in Dwarven, which I think is Dethic, is the language. It seems to be a map of some sort is engraved into the back of the shield. That will lead to a tree made out of gemstones seems to be the goal of it, which I will write up for you another time.
Which I'm sure I will run into, we won't get to it today. But I'm getting dragged to a portal, to an alcove, so we will see that when we come.
Sounds like a quest.
It is a quest. And the last one is a dwarven plate crafted by Clan Azerkin for Thane Drajan Truanvil of the dwarven settlement of Coronor. Again, I'll send you all this information so you don't have to write it down.
Appreciate it.
But it's Thane's armor.
Coronor? Okay.
I'll get it. Don't worry about it. I'll write it to it.
I was looking at the other stuff that you had sent before.
And to answer your last question, or what we were doing, the Devar, the gloaming takes you over to the bay and shows you how they remember through art. All of the bays are illustrations of stories they have heard that are important, and they fix them in form by various artistic endeavors.
I have so many questions on the validity of this in a scholarly sense, but that is probably another good conversation.
Yes, and that is another show, and this is a primary source. Our show. So, Josh,
that's right. So the latest intel I got is that the Mistwalkers are still plunging into the fetid depths of a living, breathing domain of dread, entering the wound of ancient Titan. They're seeking answers and riches and a way out of the realm. But on Mondays, you could join our friends over at Dirty Deeds at 7 p.m. Eastern as they explore the world of Eberron. The Fallen Star Company has managed to remove the anti-magic devices scattered around New Sire and now face off against the Cult of Mordain to put an end to the bloodshed.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel. Right now, you want to hit like, subscribe, nail that bell icon there so that you get all those delicious notifications for whenever the videos from not just us in the Velkyn Weave, but everyone within the game's Tavern channel when that goes live. Everything is uploaded there shortly after our live sessions here. So if you're unable to be with us 1 week, you can always catch a show and keep caught up through there.
And of course, go visit dndbeyond.com and check out their D&D support tools like virtual dice you can use to watch your death saves gone. And make your games the best they can be with online mobile support.
Thank you for joining us. Until next we meet, may adventure find you, and have fun with the amazing team that's bringing you the mists. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
I'm waving.